And I'm live. So, hi everyone. If anyone has joined me, everyone. So, basically, this is a bonus episode, and in this episode, we are going to let me put my laptop on focus mode for an hour. Okay, now it's fine. So, as I was saying, we left it halfway yesterday, or halfway, like 80%. So, for the rest 20%, this is the bonus episode of Build with Hussain 5B before bonus. So, yeah, let's get to it. I was like troubleshooting an issue. So, yesterday we left with an issue of not being able to deploy our site because of environment variables, but that's fixed now. What the issue was basically okay, the issue was that I was naming them incorrectly and also putting them like at incorrect, what do you say, location. So I put them here. So this is the step where the build happens, and in that build basically I wanted to pass this environment variables that come from the GitHub secrets. So I was using this name, so you can check the commit log on how I went about fixing it. Okay, cool. Now it's like deployed, but we have some DNS issue, that's why the site is not there. And I also like did this. So like now the custom domain is active on Frappe Cloud, so cms.frappe buildwithhussain.dev, and I replaced the same in cms.buildwithhussain.dev. And the other thing I did from the UI perspective is I installed date functions and formatted the date and time to match the designs, so it matches the Figma design. We have this, right? I also set up the colors, so now they match the colors that are in the designs. So this stuff I did like after the stream yesterday. And today we are going to basically do some more stuff. The first is like setting up this form so people can actually register, and then we'll move forward. So let's design this basic form. So I'll go here, and we have a hero section. So what I will try to do is as well extract a component for this hero as well today. So main section has the schedule. We can have a section of registration section, and this will be a section, and form. I don't want action, do I have to prevent the default behavior? Let's see. But yeah, I want basically I want what yep, an input type is text is fine, and it's not visible, fine. Placeholder will be first name, placeholder is first name. Second input, your email, type is email. Then I want a button type submit is register. Stay notified, I'll add that arrow later, but let's start by styling them. So I will group this two in a div, so I can like, because in the desktop area they are like one, what do you say, flex column, then it becomes flex row, so it's easier to style when we go responsive. So even if like nobody is watching live, it's fine, because it was a bonus ad hoc session. I was going to do this anyway, so why not live stream, and maybe who watch episode 5 will watch episode 5B to continue. Yep. And even if someone joins live, do post an emoji in the chat. So let's go here. What I'll do is I will do class says flex call, and I need some padding, so I'll need to do something about this. px9, okay, my30. Why doesn't it work? There is no 30, I guess. 36. Yep. So it's now spacious. And what's the space between these two? 16 pixels, I guess. Okay, 16 pixels. Space in the y direction is 16 pixels. 16 is how much? 4, I guess. 4 looks fine. Okay. I have an incoming call. I won't answer it now. So maybe this will work. No. Yeah. We'll handle icons because we want arrows here as well. So I will use phosphorus again probably. Let's see. Now what do we have? Okay. Space Y. This button. Okay, let's style the button because it's here. BG green 900. Text is green 100. Text green 100 and 16 pixels on the top, 16 pixels on the bottom. So PY is 4. Cool. Now rounded is rounded full. Okay. Now I need this. What is the spacing between the 69? About 69. Okay, 70 pixels is the padding X. PX 70. What's the closest to 70? 64. Let's do 70. Yep, better now. And what is this? Poppins font bold 22 pixels. Font bold, text 24 is there, 20 is there. We'll go with 20, it's fine. Now much better. Now we'll add some spacing. How much is it? 40 pixels. Okay. Button will have let's see what's the text top doing. Okay, fine. Button can have a margin top. Margin top, margin top 40 pixel MT10. Awesome. Now we have a submit button. Where did my monitor go? Why is it? Okay, it's back. Hello Bronze, thanks for joining in. So where are you joining from and what time is it? It was such a short notice. I assume no one would join and people would watch after the stream. But yeah, thanks. So where was I? Yeah, I styled the button. Let's add a hover state as well. So I like buttons that have a hover state. Hover BG green 700 would do. Cool. Let's add a transition. Colors. So it should give us a good transition. Awesome. Cool. This works. 8:30. Awesome. It's like early morning. 8:30 in the morning, right? Cool. Okay. So we have to handle on submit here. On submit. Handle on register. So let's see if there is something in console. Cool. Alert registered e.prevent. So this should give an event. e.prevent default. Okay, let's see if I click this button. There is no alert. Handle on register is so this, because it's an Astro component, so maybe we should be able to do this. On submit. On submit. Why not? Nope, it doesn't work. Okay, it is client side code, so I need to basically see how client side code works. Astro docs form build HTML forms. Okay, there is a registration. Okay, register.astro name, submit, validation attributes. Method I don't want. Here's a good example. So this we can do. Validations we will add later. But yeah, let's copy this. Don't need this. Let's add a method of post and as they say, remove this, add this. Data we can get, so we have to give them a name equal to first name equal to email data, first name, we don't have a password. Do something, let's log it to the console for now. Console.log name and email. Where did it log? We can check the terminal. So I have the terminal on my. To enable this. What is it? From could not parse content as form data. So yeah, let's make both of them required. And maybe this has nothing to do with the issue, but yeah, maybe smaller case. Okay, let's go here, JavaScript console. Okay, form is being submitted, but there is an issue. Okay, maybe it's like server side something. So by default, Astro does not ship any JavaScript. So we have to tell it to in SSR mode. Okay, no, I don't want SSR mode. Form. Instead, you must use submission using JavaScript. Send data to API and handle that data. Prerequisite, no. Recipe. We don't need an API route. Let's investigate more. Scripts and event handling. You can add into Astro without using a UI framework using standard script tags. This allows you to send JavaScript to run in the browser and Astro components. Yep, this is what we want. Script. Okay. Using script in Astro. In Astro, you can add client scripts of adding one or more script tags. In this example, adding hello component to a page will log a message to the console. Script bundling. By default, script tags are processed by Astro. Any import will be bundled, allowing you to import local files or not modules. I could have used Frappe's web form, but fine, yeah. Since we have started, and we want it to be in page, that's why. Otherwise, web form is like pretty cool. You can get it in 2 minutes. So, script tags are processed. They will be processed. Any import will be bundled, allowing you to import local files as well. Awesome. TypeScript is fully supported. We are not using it in a way. The script will only be included once. To avoid bundling, you can. Okay, we don't need we'll add a script tag. Script. Okay, let's come here and add a script tag, and this is, I think, server side code. We don't want that. Function handle on register e console.log e alert form submitted, and method is now not required. On submit, we have handle on register. Cool, let's see if this works. Hopefully it works. Continue. Stay notified. There was no alert. Why? Was this script not shipped? Or on submit doesn't work? let's see if like the script itself is loaded or not. Script loaded. Script is being loaded. Handle on register. And also I think the problem is with on submit. Maybe on submit doesn't work as I was expecting it. So let's give it an ID. ID will be regis. Hi Sprinter. Awesome. Registration form. I will go a little faster today because registration form. Get element and attach event listener. Okay, const form. Let's see how much Copilot can help. Okay, this gets the element by ID, and now form dot add event listener submit on register. Okay. Email is hussain@frappe.io. Stay notified. Awesome. Now we can do fetch requests to the backend. E.prevent default. So using browser attributes is cool. Form submitted. Okay, now we can do this. Console.log event. Why is format? Okay, I was writing format auto imported format. Yeah, I'm using prevent default here now, bronze. So now, like, I don't want to submit it somewhere. I want to make an API call directly to the backend to store this data. Awesome. Handle on register. Let's format this file. Already formatted. Cool. Now we are shipping some JavaScript. Don't need console log. This console log isn't required as well. Get form data. E.target. Submit the form data to the server. Fetch build with Hussain. There is no registration API. So what do we do? So we can check how web form does it. The real web form. Let's add a test form. Select doc type is stream is fine. So meanwhile we are here. Let's set up a doc type for storing registration. Doc type list. I will add a doc type. Form builder. Let's add a doc type. Doc type name is build with Hussain. Registration module will be build with Hussain customizable. Continue. I don't want a title. I want first name. Mandatory. Then again a data. One column is fine. Email. Email is also mandatory. Go to registration links. Okay, fine. Now we can create a web form. Title will be test. Will see later. Web registration. Maybe I will use the same. Okay, get fields will get you the fields from that doc type. Save, publish. We have a web form. How easy it was! Like I was struggling in there to get the data. Fine. So let's keep checking the console on how it does. Console sources. Network. Clear the log. Hussain at Frappe. Let me see if it. Okay, it's not a valid. Okay, we have validations as well. Frappe.io. So it did some request. This is the request. So it made this request to this post request. So we might have to deal with cores, but this is exactly the request we want to make. So view source, now view parsed. Why is this title? Okay, fine. So I'll power I'm basically doc type list, powering that form with the web form of Frappe. So title, first name, now it should be fine. Let's submit yet another form. Hussain at Frappe.io. Value missing, first name. What? On the web form. Wouldn't you want? Yep, exactly. Yeah, first let's get the working and then we can fix the side issues. And this is the request. Okay, this is the form data, so we need to send in. So data is like the form data, and then web form for payment false CMD. View URL encoded, view source, view parsed. Okay, so let's model this. So form data will be the data that is this. View decoded, yeah. So this data we have to send in. This is JSON, and web form is the name of the web form. Okay, let's make a fetch request. Nope. Extract, let's extract form data and store in data key of form data. Form data dot set data JSON dot stringify data. This should work. Let's console log form data dot data. What is this? Okay. Let me refresh if something goes wrong here. Yep, awesome. We are getting what we wanted. Let's go back. Now we need to give it the web form. Form data dot set Maybe we'll get to work with a feature called course, how to enable course in your Frappe site. So we'll see if we get there, or we will. Web form will be test form data dot set cmd frappe.website.doctime top. Yep. So because it has access to all the, what do you say, it's open source, right? Frappe is open source, so all the stuff, the APIs and all, form data dot false for payment. Maybe form data, it should be false. Okay, data web form for payment CMD. Remove email and first name from form data. Delete email, delete first name. So see, I am like doing comments and making Copilot do the thing. Otherwise, I would have to go into the docs and check, right? Because you can't like remember everything. So AI. Okay, now we have something. Let's do a fetch request. Fetch. Make a post request to cms.buildwithhussain.dev with the form data and course enabled. Ha. No. We don't need this. We just need to make the call. Let's check the headers. Okay, request URL is this. Request method is post. Fine. Payload is this. Okay. I'm pretty sure this won't work. Not then. Let's check. We get a response. Alert, you have been registration successfully. Error, something went wrong, please try again. Let's log the error. Console.log error. Something went wrong. What went wrong? Access to fetch has been blocked. Course policy, right? Let's add course to our CMS so it can listen to, it can accept web fetch requests from like arbitrary sites. Right now it won't. So let's allow access control. So we'll go to frappecloud.com/sites CMS. Now as you can see, like custom domain, right? Looks good, and I have made it the primary domain, so every request, like even that previous Frappe Cloud domain, is redirected to the new domain. Site config. I don't want it to like edit the config. This can be, how do I do course? Yeah, so security issues don't allow course from sites you don't trust, right? Then it is a security issue. Because I control this site from where I am sending the data, I can optionally allow course for this site. So don't do course like asterisk. That will allow like from any site. But for this particular site, I will enable course. So for now, localhost and buildwithhussain.dev. Then I will remove localhost after testing. That makes sense? Bronze? Okay. How do I enable course? Let's check Frappe framework documentation. Course in Frappe. Don't do this, right? Do this instead. Fire essence are your answer. Let's try running on put in your. You can proxy all your requests from. For now I'll do this because testing, right? I will go and like remove it later. Config add key, allow course star. Don't do this like in production. I'm just doing this for testing purposes, and it's live stream. I don't want to spend too much time debugging stuff. I will fix it after the stream. So now that's done. Now let's check if the site got, the configuration got updated. Let's check this, if this works now. I have a problem with my monitor. I don't know why it keeps going black. Maybe it doesn't like Mac. You have been registered successfully. Okay, now it works. Clear the form. And yep, we'll handle it later. Or yeah, as Copilot for saying you have been registered successfully. And awesome, the form works now. Yep. Am I still live? Okay, I'm live. Sometimes feel I am not live. So one thing you can pick up from here is like how you can use existing APIs. For example, I used this API, like I checked the browser console, what the web form was doing, and then I modeled the same thing using my custom thing. So I have like more control. Yeah, wildcard is, so that depends, right? But you don't want to enable wildcard. That's security issue for sure. You can read more about it on the internet. But yeah, if your site has only one endpoint that is open to the internet and you want anybody to like access it from any site, then you can enable star. But in case of Frappe, we have a lot of endpoints that are whitelisted and like maybe guest is allowed. Yep. So if you want them to access from any site, want to embed your site in another site, then you can enable star. But I wouldn't recommend it unless it is required. Less the surface, so it's called an attack surface in web security. Less the attack vector or surface, like better you are. I am not like a web security expert, like just studied it for some time and then found it boring. I don't know why. So it was all theory and yeah, no practice. Yeah, now registration is working. We can close the console. So one part on our to-do list is done that I posted on LinkedIn. Let's make the designs better. Let's add some padding. 24 pixels top and bottom, 18 pixels to the left. PY 24 pixels, P padding left. Awesome. Now I also want rounded corners that are So this is full stack web development, right? You're working on the front end as well as the. So I am not doing back end too much. Like as soon as I moved integrated Frappe as CMS, like backend is there now. You can focus on. So there was no. I started from scratch. I haven't used a UI kit. So if you want to see what struggle I went through, I started with this plain stuff when I started exploring, and then slowly I kept building and building and building and building and slowly exploring different buttons. So if you want to see how I explored stuff, so this all were like the iterations. And yep, so finally I settled for which one, this one I guess. Then I again changed this from green to gray. Yeah, same with the badges. So yeah, every small detail I tried to make it as perfect as it. And again I have Rishabh giving feedback, so I sent it to Rishabh and he gave feedback. He has a good eye for design. Yep, so that was it. And yeah, I was trying exploring colors from other sites as well, so I even explored other colors, but I settled with green. Even the header was like yeah, explored like quite different stuff, but then settled for a simple non-full header that looks much better. Cool. Let's go get back. I hope that answers the question. Let's get back. I will add a border radius of 8 pixels. Rounded LG border 2 border gray. What is this? Stroke is gray 400. Inspect. Border 3 pixels solid. Okay, border is 3 pixels. Border gray 700. No, 700. Gray 400, sorry. Much better. And I want it to be 3 pixels. Awesome. We are getting closer to what we wanted. Now remains the task of, maybe I'll extract a component out of this if I can, because repeating 2 times is so text gray 500, semi bold 18 pixel, text gray 500, font semi bold, text LG, correct. Look how much difference like small things make. Let's copy it. So design is like, I have learned, is it's all about iterations. You start at like ugly designs which are like nowhere near of what you want. You keep exploring and iterating, just about iterations. You'll get better. That's what I have learned about design. I could have used an existing library, but I leave no chance of when I get to work on design. Okay, this works. Now we have a good form. Focus. We need to work on the focus. So let's do focus ring 1, focus BG, no, border gray, what was 800. First let's do focus none. Why is this blurring? I know how to remove that blurring, but I can't remember the class. Ring gray 800, I think that will do. Nope. Let's search the internet. Remove blue focus state input. Outline none. Okay, it's an outline. Focus outline none. Better. So instead of ring, let's try it in. Gray 500 will do, I guess. 600. Let's try 500. Okay, this one's better. Let's do ring 2. Works. Now let's add the same. So that's why copying this class is okay. There is one other way that we'll go about. Let's see. So that's even better. We don't need to create components. We'll use Tailwind's little magic. Okay, same for here. So I don't want focus state on the button. Instead I want now I want focus outline focus ring 2. Maybe I'm spending too much time on this. Okay, focus ring green 800. Let's see how does that look. Looks fine. Let's do ring 3. Ring 3 is not there. Ring 4, it's there. Awesome. Now works. That works. Okay, now we are done with the form. So for now I'll leave that alert. So okay, let's check the backend. Are we getting registrations? So who wants to be the first person to register? I don't know, it's running on localhost. I need to deploy before. You can use the Frappe web form, by the way. Build with Hussain registration list. Okay, I'm getting the registrations. Send email. So this is like the reason to collect this data is to basically I can notify people when I'm going live. I can notify the interested folks, right? Like Bronze and Sprinter. Awesome. Now let's commit. Feet form works now. Registration form works now. Let's commit. Cool. Now what's next? Okay, this headline we need to add. Let's copy. So people know that like, okay, this is a Wednesday thing. copy the content, pop in semi bold 16 pixels. Pixels. Margin bottom 4. Cool. X add notification. Add note. Don't like this commit message, but okay, now we get the form working. So now the schedule also works. So what I want the schedule to be is like only show the upcoming episodes. So I can do two things. I can basically do it in the front end, or the like I can make Frappe do it. So that would be let's ask Copilot to do it. Remove streams that are in the past. Yeah. Let's see what Copilots come with. Verbose code, but does it work? Let's make it let. Does it remove? Awesome, now only shows future streams. Cool. So let's fetch about 400 episodes. I can see Build with Hussain going this far. If this continues like what it has been the experience so far. So it's definitely getting the date and time, parsing it using the parse function from date functions. It's forming a new date time using combining these two, and then it's comparing it with the current date. So new date is like the JavaScript, vanilla JavaScript. Anyone with me? We are done with the form. So fix only show future streams. Cool. So this will not update in real time, but at least whenever so that's another thing. The site won't update until we push a commit right now, as of right now. But what I want is I want it to be like redeployed or rebuilt when I update a stream or create a new stream document, right? So let's do that. That's very easy. Like, let's go to webhook list, create a webhook. So I will briefly explain what a webhook is. Webhooks are requests going out from your Frappe instance. So REST API is basically request anybody from external system requests some data, or it makes an HTTP request to your system to get data or some process or push some data. Webhooks are making requests to external stuff when something happens inside your Frappe instance. Naming series is fine. I want the not registration, build with. I made a mistake in the spelling of that document. I'll fix it later. So the condition will be, I don't know, true. If I don't provide a condition, it will assume like, so request URL. So this is the URL on which you want to make the request. This is the structure. Like, do you want to send JSON data or form data? The method of request, So after submit, so I want it to on update of any stream, like send this request. And where do I send it? I want to send it to GitHub at a particular URL. Say, so they have an API, GitHub API workflows, and I think the one I am looking for is create a dispatch event. I like researched it yesterday, and this is what I want. So I need to do a request. So provide this headers, and the data is like JSON. I need to reference a branch, and this is the URL, right? So let's get this URL. Okay, wait. Let's get this URL. Go to webhook. This is the request URL. Owner is my name. So you can build cool integrations with webhook doc type. Webhook plus REST API. I think Ankush gave a talk on last year's conference about building integrations with webhooks and REST API. Awesome. Check that out as well. Repo is build with hussain.dev. So I need to find out my workflow ID. I already found it yesterday. Like, let me just open Telegram. Why are you opening it on this screen? Let me take it to the screen. Yes, I don't want you to see my chat. Saved messages. This is the ID. And I'm back. Workflow ID. You can get this workflow ID in your GitHub. So request structure is JSON. We need a few headers as well. So what are the headers? Accept. So we need to change the default. No. Accept. So you can set your own custom headers, which will be set on the request sent from your system. Did you guys know about webhooks, or have used it in the past, or like just learned about it and plan to use it? Let me know. So yeah, we will go back. We'll set this header as well. So no code. It's low code, right? Almost no code. I'll consider this no code because I'm just setting headers and looking at. And I need to pass a ref. So ref will be, so this will be the reference of, so main branch. I want it to be run on the main branch. So somehow that works. Now I want another header that is like the authorization bearer token. So I'll get this token and put it here. Okay, I'll just come back in 2 minutes. Yep, I'm back. Hussain with screen share. So I will paste the token later, but so you can there is a new preview tab, so you can select for example this meets the condition, yes, so request body will be this, so it's static. You can even provide Jinja. Cool. Now what I will do is I'll come here and let's check if this webhook gets triggered when I update a stream. Build with Hussain stream. I will update the time to now, date to today. Let's save it. Let's see if the webhook got triggered. You can check the request log. No. Maybe this needs to be true. Type build with Hussain stream list. So once we get this working, we are done with today's stream, I guess. I just wanted to show webhooks plus web forms. I updated it, right? I can check background jobs. Created on. Okay, webhook. I saw webhook somewhere. So webhook started. So there was a webhook. Okay. Maybe I. Okay, 3 webhook request logs. Response 401. 401 means authentication, unauthorized, because I didn't pass the token. Now I'll paste in the token and it will work. Right? And it will automatically build. Awesome. Again. So I will what I will do is I will because I want, so webhooks are getting triggered. That's cool. It retries basically 3 or 4 times until it there is a 204 or maximum number of times. Let's go to webhook list again. I will duplicate this. So I want to rebuild the site even when it's after insert, so after a new record is created. So this both will rebuild the site on GitHub. How nice is that? Cool. Once I've basically fixed this token, I'll fix it. And that's that. We will do we want to see responsive, see me make this responsive, or is it fine? How much how? So it's almost past 1 hour. I planned for 1 hour. Or is there anything else? Let's add icon. Icon is fine. We can add the arrow icon, right? Phosphorus icons are my favorite right now because you can tree shake. You can import one icon and it just works. Let's check Astro if they have some recommendation for icons or something. Icon. Usually official docs are a good place to start because they have best practices and whatnot. Icons. Rehype external links. Okay, we don't want. Would be nice to see the response. Maybe later since 1 hour is over. I can continue if you have time. So I can continue for 15-20 minutes more. But fine, I'll push it to GitHub. You can watch the code if you want. Because we have limited time today. Phosphorus icons, React web. So yeah, it's easy. So you can import a CSS and use as many as only import will match and render icons. So webhooks are beneficial when you want to uh, make an HTTP request, send some data or something, like trigger some action on an external service, not your Frappe site, on an external service when something happens on your Frappe site. For a good example will be to what can I give you? So you have an external system that has an API. What do you say? That lights a light bulb, right? So I can write that accepts a HTTP request at a particular endpoint, and when you make that HTTP request, it turns on that light in your factory. So I can write a webhook in my ERP Next or Frappe instance that, like, whenever I create a new doc type or sales invoice, it's like silly example, new sales invoice, on update of this, on insert of that sales invoice, and once it's paid, like you can check doc.status equal paid, then I want to make that HTTP request to light that light bulb. You can like, can you now get why webhooks are like useful? So other system can hook into your system, hook, webhook, and web request. That's why. Modules. Okay, this is cool. Yarn add. So once we are done with this icon, I can end the stream. So let's do yarn add. Even I am guilty of adding this $sign to my documentation. Fine. Import. PH bold, PH smiley. Awesome, that can be done. Let's import this in our index.astro file, layout.astro file. Yep, here it would work. No, JavaScript. Cool, no issues. I will import it in schedule itself for now. Layout also works. Basically, we're doing operations on another service when something is done. Yep. So that should expose an API endpoint where we can make HTTP requests, as long as that is true. So many, for example, this is a good example. You want to send a Telegram message. Telegram has like an endpoint. You can trigger a Telegram message when someone pays something on your site, or new sales invoice is created, a new job order came. Import phosphorus icons, and let's use them. Let's try using this. So what I need to do? Icon. Let's copy this. Let's check if we get the icon. Button. In schedule button. Yeah, icon works. I want bold, and I want an arrow icon. Phosphorus icons, explore icons, search, right? What's this called? Right arrow. Fill, no. Light, regular, arrow right. I could have imported an SVG, but I just wanted to show how you can add a icon library. Arrow right. We can copy the web. It copies the whole thing. Okay. Layout. Maybe normal weight isn't imported. Normal or what is it? Regular. Okay, maybe I'll change this to bold, and then we will have a bold schedule ph bold. Nice API. Okay, bold is fine. I will remove the regular because the less you import, the less is the bundle size. It will anyways render in the backend, so it's fine. We can add some 36 pixels span. Let's do flex row items center justifies center space x 36 pixels is how much? 6 7 8 9 10 is 40, so 9 will be 36. I need to adjust it a bit, but fine. 8. I need a longer arrow, but this works for now. So I want this arrow to go right this side when on hover. Let's see. I don't know. Too much animation. Fine. This will work. And I'm done for the day. Let's commit. Feed add arrow icon courtesy of phosphorus. Commit and done. Schedule. Okay, I changed the date, that's why there is no schedule. So maybe I can add an if statement, or should I fix the data itself? So maybe I should fix the data. Everything is like on this page. So deploy is, so just now new deploy was created, but if you check, deploy started passing and then again it fails. Deploy fails. Why? Due to progress. Okay, it was like too quick. And this will pass, I guess. Okay, we are done. Thank you everyone for joining, and if you have any questions, do let me know. And if you want to learn more about Frappe framework, about like get good at Frappe framework, I have this like training coming in on 8th, 10th and 12th June. You can join me there. Check out frappe.school. There are courses as well which you can take to dig deeper. Do share this video with your friends and colleagues and the channel. So subscribe, share. Let's build together, and we are learning together as well. So that would be it for this week. See you next week with either the session will be on Strawberry with Alan, his new JavaScript framework / library, or will be JavaScript essentials. I will keep you posted like by the end of the day on Discuss and Twitter, so you can join me. Bye everyone. Thanks for joining in. Have a good day. Bronze signing off.